Welcome back for part 7 of our Kajabi course Kickstarter, where what we're doing is setting up your very first Kajabi product start to finish. Now, in this part of the training, what we're focused on is student experience and making use of the relatively new Kajabi feature, which is automated student certificates. All right, let's have a little bit of a play now with the certificate setting, which is also another new feature inside of Kajabi. Now, what you can do is you can set it up that a certificate will go out to students either when they complete 100% of the course, which is unlikely, like most people don't do that. They sort of jump around and choose the modules and things that they're interested in. But you can also decide down here, rather than sending on 100% completion, you could send as an automation based on them completing a specific lesson. So you could say here, when a lesson is completed, for example, the last lesson in what you consider to be the most important module, or if you would like to send it when a quiz is completed, that feedback quiz that we set up right at the end. So you could decide based on which lesson or which quiz completed should this certificate go. I personally wouldn't go with the option of sending on 100% completion, just because I know that most of my students never complete absolutely every single piece of my training. Now up here, if you're going to switch on the certificates, you'll be able to add a few things, like your logo can go at the top. You can put in a certificate title, awarded to, show the student's name, and for successfully completing the online course. Now it's going to default in the name of your course. You could change it to something else if you would like. Then you can decide whether you put in a completion date, if the certificate needs to have a unique serial number. Is the certificate only valid for 12 months and then they need to redo or do something to keep current with their certification? So you could have an expiry date, 1 year. Any additional custom fields, any information you put there is going to go at the bottom of the certificate. And then that's all you really need to worry about. Now, if I go save, switch off that custom field, save. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's a little bit boring if you don't go and add your own certificate background to it. If it's not delivered on course, you must add an automation. Down here, add an automation. Automation to send certificate. So if you're not going to go with having it go automatically at the end of 100% completed, if you want it to go based on an automation, then the automation would be when quiz is completed, for example, and it would be the name of that course feedback quiz, and you would save that. Okay, so you would add that automation in down here if it's to send with an automation rather than when it's 100% complete. Now, if I preview this, you can see it's a little bit boring. Okay, so what I would encourage you to do, and you can see there like which part of the certificate gets filled in as far as the screen, where does the copy go on the certificate, and then you have the opportunity to put a logo onto the certificate, which most of you will do, but down here to click this certificate background and upload a certificate that you've created somewhere like Canva. So if I upload a new file, and I've got one on my system that should work. I just went and grabbed the first thing I could find in Canva. There's plenty of templates over there for you to choose from. Okay, now let me just switch this to here so that I can save it. All right, so if we preview it now, it should look somewhat better. Like this. Okay, so you can see it's got the date in there, and I've also got an expiry on this one, 1 year later. Things that you might like to add in, on the actual design of the certificate itself, you could have put your name, your title, okay, anything interesting down here on the Canva design. There's quite a lot of space where you could put some additional information if you would like to. If I put a custom field, something like just my name, this, and I'm going to take the expiry date away. I'm just going to put a logo on the top so we can see how that looks. See if I can find one in amongst all of my stuff. Holy moly, let's put this one for now. Okay, wait patiently. And save. Let's see how we're looking. Okay, so my logo's gone in miniature and my name has gone at the bottom. I would probably want my name to be bigger. So I would encourage you, if you do want to put your name or something a little bit more interesting at the bottom of the certificate, to add that in on the Canva design rather than adding it as a custom field over here on the certificate. And if you want the logo to be bigger, I'd probably do that on the Canva design as well. Rather than adding it in at this point. Okay, so here I should be able to, oops, if you've added your logo in there and you decide you don't want to have it anymore, you either replace it with a different image or uncheck it to remove it. And the other thing I wanted to just play around with was just to see what it looks like if we include the overlay. So I'll just save that and preview. Okay, so the overlay is that sort of white semi-transparent block that goes over the top. So if you've got quite a dark certificate in the background and you're finding that the text is sort of getting lost in the background of your certificate, if you add that overlay, then you're going to get this sort of white film over the top, just so that the copy stands out over that background, whatever you've added as the background into your certificate. Okay, so that is the certificates done. I think it's a nice addition to add a course completion certificate, but I would encourage you to switch it from the default of 100% over to an automation instead, and set up a little automation around, when the certificate is to go. Okay, should it be when a lesson is completed, or perhaps when that quiz is completed for the course feedback. If you'd like access to some certificate templates that I created over inside of Canva to help you get up and running a little bit quicker with this particular feature, make sure you grab yourself that 7-day free access to the Hero Collective. Now, the Hero Collective is a complete A to Z of my Kajabi training, and inside of the product module is all the training that we're doing in this series, plus more, and those Canva template links. And I will be back in the next part when we have a look at product comments and announcements.